Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you an update about me and where I've been over the last few weeks. Some of you who have been following me on a regular basis might have noticed my absence, and I did just want to come on here and share with you that that was very intentional and purposeful. The last couple of weeks have been very emotionally draining for me. Given everything that has been happening in the world recently, aside from just the pandemic, which I was just starting to get used to, the recent events and protests and riots surrounding the murder of George Floyd have just really emotionally affected me to the point where it's just been very difficult for me to concentrate, to focus, to be motivated around anything that has been happening in my life. And that includes being here on YouTube. So for me, in order to address that emotional drain that I've been feeling, I've really just been taking the time to focus on my own self-care, to focus on my family, and to just take a break from YouTube. In addition to those things, I've really just been taking some time to educate myself about what it means to be a Black person, what it means to feel oppression throughout history, and even more so as it exists in today's society. I'm really just heartbroken for the way that things are playing out right now in this country. And I am heartbroken for the Black community. And while I am a minority, the reality is that I will never be able to truly understand what it means to be a Black person in America today. I will never understand what it feels like to be pulled over by a policeman and fear that I might be harassed or fear the potential of being killed. For the most part, I don't worry that when my children go out into this world that they're going to be harassed for the way that they look or by the color of their skin. I mean, I did grow up in an area where I was one of a handful of minority children, and I did get made fun of a lot by my classmates, and it definitely hurt. It definitely wasn't a good feeling. It just made me sad every single day. I want to say that I don't think that I got made fun of every single day, but it was often enough that it did just sort of leave a feeling inside of me that I didn't fit in, that I wasn't like other people. That is an experience that I can bring to the table, but it's also something that happened a long time ago. It's been quite a while since I have experienced the feeling of being stereotyped or being looked down upon because of how I looked. And I attribute a lot of that to where I live today, where it is much more diverse. I made that move very intentionally so that my children would not have to experience the same things that I experienced as I was growing up. There are enough things that kids today are going to be mean and cruel about without having to add to that the way that they look. So for the most part, I don't have to worry that my children are going to be looked down upon because of how they looked, at least not in the same way that I was when I was growing up. Now, with that said, it definitely doesn't mean that they're not going to be looked down upon or treated differently, but I also just feel that given where we live, it's less likely. So even though I am a minority and I have those childhood experiences to draw upon of being made fun of, being called names, feeling like I didn't belong, feeling like I was different, feeling like I was less than. Those are things that have shaped me as a person. Given all of that, the reality is that I know that my experiences are not the same as someone who is part of the Black community, and they just never will be. And I do feel like even though I am a minority, I do come from a place of privilege because I'm not Black. And that just hurts me so much to say because it shouldn't be that way. For that reason, I really just am heartbroken and I wish that things were different. And given that I don't have those experiences to share with people who are Black, I do want to do my part to listen, to observe, to learn from the Black community and to learn from history, to learn from recent events, and do my part to educate my children, to educate myself, to have conversations with my family about how they're feeling, and do all that I can to try to support this effort to make a change in society. And I know that there are a lot of people out there who are doing the same thing. I know that it comes from a place of love, and I know that a lot of people want the same thing. A lot of people want this change. And with that being said, I know that it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of time, and it's going to take a lot of effort. So if you are a loyal subscriber to my channel, and if you're also committed to making a change, then I would just urge you to consider doing your part as well. Make donations where you can, if at all possible. I know that for many people, it's just not possible, especially given the state of events that we're in right now. Sign those petitions to demand justice for all the wrongdoings that have been happening recently. Support Black-owned businesses. Sign up to volunteer with grassroots organizations. And take some time to learn a little bit about what is happening in this country, what has happened in this country, so that you can begin to understand a little bit more around how the Black community is feeling right now, how they have been feeling. Above anything else, what I'm really hoping for is that there is just more love in this world and less hate. It makes me really sad to think that here we are in 2020 and we're still having these conversations about race and injustice. I feel like we should be farther along than that. And we can be farther along than that, but it's going to take some time. As far as where I'm at with this YouTube channel, given just sort of the lack of motivation that I've been feeling recently, it's really hard for me to be able to predict that. I do want to try to get back to a more regular uploading schedule for my videos, but I'm just gonna have to see how that goes and what my motivation level is like over the course of the next few weeks. I do just want to say thank you so much to those of you who did watch to the very end. I also want to say thank you to those of you who have been watching my videos on a regular basis and who have been sticking around for additional videos. It does really mean the world to me. If you are new to this channel and you have not done so already, I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.